My name is Elizabeth Correia. I am the founder of the D.e.v.a In You Group. I am a life coach, a youth mentor, a youth worker. I was not born with these titles. I never imagined owning these titles, which we really never own anything. But at the end of the day, I'm just a real woman with a real story, striving to help real people. The D.e.v.a In You Group is a self-development and leadership company for women and girls who have been disadvantaged by family or social circumstances. And to be honest, I didn't imagine where it would go. I had no idea that I would partner with school boards in facilitating workshops for young girls, youth as well. But my focus is young women, definitely, because I am a woman and I know what it was like to be a young girl struggling through many of the toxic habits and things that they are currently doing, that a lot of our young girls are doing and are engaged in. And really and truly, the D.e.v.a In You Group is basically a safe space where these girls can come to and just be honest and authentic with what they're battling with things that they are engaged in. And I am there to empower them through those situations. So really, at the end of the day, my key focus in empowering these girls is self-love. That's my focus. A lot of these girls have been battling with self-esteem issues from childhood. You know, something happened, whether they were abused mentally or emotionally or physically, whether they were abandoned or betrayed. Something happened in their childhood that caused them to think less of themselves. I did not feel qualified. There's nothing that God has ever called me to do that I was actually qualified to do. And so when I share this story with a lot of these girls and I share my personal story, so they hear that story and they see what I'm doing now. And to them, it's like, oh my goodness, if she could go from that to this, what's my problem? I can do this. I just have to kind of listen to what she's saying, attend these workshops, let her coach me, let her mentor me, and I'm gonna get there. And they do. As long as they are willing and available and present, there is tremendous breakthrough. Each and every workshop, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, it's like a new girl, a new woman. And that to me is just so rewarding. I can't tell you that there's anything outside of raising my boys that's more rewarding than that. I can honestly tell you that I did not go looking for this platform. I did not go looking to transform people's lives through my own story. I discovered this gift, I discovered this calling while studying and fighting for my own life. My company, the D.e.v.a In You Group, and everything that I do was birthed out of pain. I literally went from pain to purpose, and it wasn't anything I ever imagined possible. I wrote the book originally with just a desire to heal. It was something that I knew I would do one day. I knew that I would start healing while I was writing it. I knew that it would be liberating. I wanted to create awareness around sexual abuse and physical and emotional abuse, and really just what happens to young women and young men and young girls and young boys who are abused, whether it's sexually or verbally or mentally, in their childhood, and that's left alone. So when we ignore that, what does that turn out to be? These are the things I got into because I hid my story, because no one was there to help me. Nobody really paid attention to what happened to me. Most of us are living in a box, but we need to get out of that box and really pay attention to what's going on around us, because it's real. It's happening every second of every day. And that's really why I wrote the book. I would say my so-called aha moment was after my brain surgery. So surviving that, it totally transformed my life. Honestly, it came out of nowhere. I never imagined that I would ever actually experience something like that. And surviving that and coming out 150%, probably better than I was prior to the surgery, changed my life forever. I just saw everything so differently. My kids looked different, the world looked different. Just the amount of unforgiveness I had in my heart, that I knew that had to go. I knew that God literally gave me a second chance at a second life, and I felt like it was the first life I had ever lived. I woke up from that surgery just wanting to change the world, really one girl at a time, and I knew that if I could change one person at a time or help to transform someone's life through my own story, by drawing strength from my own story, I knew that that girl or that boy or that woman or that man would then pay it forward. And so that desire came after the surgery. Everything changed after my brain surgery. Absolutely. Everything changed.
I had started writing my book when I was pregnant with Captain. And the book was already written by the time I had that surgery. And it was sitting there. It was sitting there because I was crippled in shame, in guilt, and in fear of people knowing my true story. So I was willing to tell little bits and pieces of it, but that's it. And in that moment I realized that I wanted to live my truth 150%. I wanted to change the world on another level. I wanted to be real and raw with young people so that they can make different choices. I wanted to share my story on the consequences that I had to face, the real deal stuff, so that they can think twice about the choices they're making.